El Señor omnipotente enjugará las lágrimas de todo rostro y quitará de toda la tierra el oprobio de su pueblo. El Señor mismo lo ha dicho, en aquel día se dirá:
the gift of family. I think family is kind of two parts for me. It's first of all a lineage. It's something that we are kind of born into. It's something that is in our past. But it's also something that's our legacy. It's something that we carry into the future. And we stand kind of in between that legacy of lineage and legacy that carries for us this whole sense of family. We're right in the middle of it. And so we think of family. And we think of the lineage, first of all. The lineage of family. Where does it come from? And I couldn't help but think, and I'd like to share a personal story here of my family and an experience that I had in my family. Well, I grew up in Washington State in a little rural community under Mount Rainier. And my grandparents came to that area from Belgium. They were immigrants. They were immigrants, but they established themselves in a farm. And there was another immigrant community that came there, and they were Swiss. Now, for some reason, the Swiss were the ones who were downgraded. They weren't like the Belgians. They were kind of ostracized. But my family hired some Swiss workers in their farm. And one day, they had to take the cattle, and they had to take them from one pasture to another pasture. And in doing so, they had to cross over this little trestle where the train would come over. And so the Swiss man who was helping my great uncle went over the trestle, and in doing so, as he walked over the track, he caught his foot in the track, in the little covert that came together. And he couldn't get his foot out. And so my great uncle came along and was trying to help him, and as they were helping him, they heard the sound of the horn of a train coming down the track, blowing for these two guys to get off the track. And my uncle was helping him. They couldn't get his foot out. And finally, at the last moment, he got his foot out and he threw him off the track. And the train hit my great uncle and killed him. Now, that was a lineage for me. And I've always held that story in my heart and my soul, that this is our family. This is what we are about. This is what took place, and we have to continue to live this. To live this legacy of what this man has done. And so, family is that. It's a lineage and a legacy that we carry. But family is also about a marriage. It's a marriage that takes place. It's a bond. It's a commitment. And in the Christian way, we call it a covenant. It's something that cannot be broken. This is forever. And a family in this marriage takes different parts that are put together to make it happen. The first is a proposal. A proposal needs to be made between two who are joined together as one. And the question is, will you love me? Will you love me? The second is, will you join me? And the third is, will you grow with me? That's the gift of marriage as a family. And the answer is, I do. I do. I do love you. I do join you. I will grow with you. And then comes the pledge. And it's not just an I do, it's an I will. I will. I will love you. I will join you and grow with you. And the last is what I call a protagonist. A protagonist? What's a protagonist? Something that works against this commitment of love. But we kind of need that protagonist. We need that, someone to challenge us, to see what this commitment really means. So this became a reality for me yesterday. I kind of did, I got up in the morning and I thought, oh, I want to get in the spirit of Fiesta, so I thought, I'm going to go walking down State Street. And I'm going to be wishing everybody, Viva la Fiesta. This is going to be mid-morning. And so I go down State Street, and my God, I'm walking down the street. You know, there weren't too many people for some reason on the streets, and I was kind of amazed at that. And I started to wish everybody, Viva la Fiesta, Viva la Fiesta. And they were all tourists. Well, they looked at me like, who is this guy? Is he crazy? What's he talking about? Yeah. And I even went into some of the shops. I went into the Apple computer shop, and I yelled out in the middle of the store, Viva la Fiesta! And I continued walking down State Street. And I saw this fellow I know. Now, he's at our Father Virgil Center. So I know him. He's got some anger issues, okay? We deal with him. And I said to him, Viva la Fiesta! And he looked at me and he said, I hate Fiesta. So we got into a discussion. And he was angry about many things. But he became a protagonist for me. And I thought to myself, okay, I get it. We are doing about Viva la Fiesta. How do I bring Viva la Fiesta to that man right there? He's a member of our community. He's angry. And he's homeless. How do we bring that? And that, I think, is the Franciscan key, which Maria and Francisco have brought so beautifully into our reality. We need that. How do we bring that Viva la Fiesta to that individual and to anyone else who is feeling that way? So the issue of the gospel reading is, it was not you that chose me to the Lord. It was I that chose you. And I commissioned you, and I call you friends. Now, that acclamation is incredibly radical for Jesus or any spiritual leader to say is that we are not equal. But Jesus is saying we are equal. I'm friends. We are friends in a relationship. And that is what we are called to be as a people of God, as a people in our community.
Buenos días. Hoy yo doy gracias a todos ustedes por su presencia en mi vida. Agradezco a nuestro Dios de que se me ha dado una oportunidad de dar gracias principiando con Él. Gracias, Dios mío, por todo lo que nos has dado. Este mundo, la vida, la familia y la oportunidad de hacer tu voluntad. Estoy aquí porque este es tu deseo. Good morning, and thank you all for your presence here today. You fill my heart today with joy. Last night it was beautiful to see our whole community back together, todos en familia. Today I thank you for the blessing that you are us as a family, to me, and to our community. I am thankful to the past presidents who are here and who have supported me as I enter into this very interesting leadership role. I thank the executive committee. We make a great team. The leadership committee, the chiefs, different chairs, and directors of all Spanish days. This is not something that I or anyone can do by themselves. We are a family, a Fiesta family at the board, as we are right now in our community. And together we do this for the community. We are celebrating our 90th anniversary, and we hope that with your help, I would love to be able to be here for 125. This beautiful Mass would not be possible if it were not for the Franciscans who live and have taken care of this mission since the day that we started. It is this Franciscan hospitality that allows us to be here together today. Thank you, Father Larry, Father Dan, and Father Joe. Thank you so much to Roy, because as far as I know, this is the first time that we have a mariachi in a Mass. I know that at times the Mass may have been a little difficult for you if you were not bilingual, but please, it's important that we remember that the reason that parts of the Mass were in Spanish is because we remember the times that we are celebrating, the time when the Spanish language is spoken here. So it's important that we honor our traditions and that we understand some of the reasoning for them. It is not just the friars who I need to thank. I need to thank the parish, the friary, all those volunteers who make this Mass possible. There is a little reception afterwards, so we have a group of volunteers who have always been here to help out. And the Mass is not just the friars, it is the altar servers, the ushers. There are many moving parts, and so I am so grateful to them that today this was for all of us. And I'm hoping it brought back a little bit of the spirit from the past. I'm hoping that I haven't left anyone out, because in Spanish I began thanking our Lord our God for all that He has given us. And my last part is that I am here because this is where He wants me to be. As I tell many of my friends, He is the pilot. I'm just with Him on the ride. So blessings to you today always, and it's my honor to continue to do God's will while I'm here. And viva la fiesta!